Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toys channel in Malaysia. We are soaring straight to the skies tonight as McFarlane Toys delivers one of the best action figures of both 2025 and perhaps even within the company's history itself with their collector's edition Superman the movie Christopher Reeve action figure. And this one features a sculpt, an actor likeness that is simply breathtaking. McFarlane, I think, has done Christopher Reeve really proud with this rendition. However, it did not seem that way at first though, when pictures of this figure first started circulating online from New York Comic Con, and it looked like the figure that they had on display there was a completely different actor. I was looking at those early images and I was just wondering to myself, what in the hell happened? However, seeing this in hand, there is no doubt that they got the job done. Okay, this is without a doubt, without any mistake, one of the best Superman action figures that you will ever own. Now, for many of us, Christopher Reeve was just the ultimate Superman. He was perfect as both Clark Kent and as the Man of Steel. And to this day, I've never seen anybody else portray the role as well as he did. There have been a lot of actors definitely over the decades, okay, but nobody has come close to what Christopher Reeve was able to do. And this action figure is an excellent tribute to him. Now, it's not 100% perfect. Of course, there's some angles here, you look at it, and maybe it doesn't look exactly like him, but look, it's pretty damn close. Definitely the best Christopher Reeve Superman action figure that we've seen at commercial retail for a very long time. Now, this thing is supremely posable, of course. Okay, you can move it in any which direction, and all of these joints feel very sturdy. Okay, I've been playing around with this thing and all of these things seem to lock in place very tightly. However, okay, it must be pointed out that this thing is just chock full of these hideous looking pin joints all over the place. You see these unsightly screws holding everything together, and you just gotta wonder, okay, why couldn't they just find a way to just cover these things up better? All right, when I see pin joints like these on a skinny looking action figure, I instantly think of those Marvel Legends figures that we used to get back in the early 2000s. Okay, you guys remember those? Okay, that was like from 20 years ago. We have the technology today to mask this stuff up a little bit better. Now, the giant S symbol on his chest is looking fantastic. Okay, this thing is just big and bright, and it's a separate sculpt altogether, so it really stands out. However, okay, you have this joint here at the torso that just immediately distracts you from the magnificence of his whole chest symbol. The torso cut there is necessary for him to have the chest articulation to be able to move back and forth, and this is much appreciated. Okay, the movement is very fluid. However, the cut there is still butt ugly to look at. It's very distracting, like I said. Now, he's got a separate sculpt for his underoos as well, and this helps make the articulation at the thighs very smooth. However, you don't want to see those exposed bits there, right? When you move the thighs around, okay? Lots of inner workings of the figure that are fully exposed. You just wish that they could have covered it up a lot better. But all of the joints, like I said, okay, all the way down to the knees, all of this stuff is locked in very tightly. Okay, nothing feels loose, all right? And you need this figure to be super tight, okay, for all of those dynamic action poses when he's flying. More ugly pin joints, of course, all over the place here, okay, all the way past his knees. But what can you do, all right? You are getting a lot of really great articulation, no doubt. And also, one thing that surprised me is that he also gets toe articulation. Okay, check this out, right? So much you can do with this figure. On the back, you get his S symbol once again on the cape. Again, looking very dynamic. Now, this thing is applied something like a patch, like a bit of an iron-on thing. It's not printed on or anything like that. It's a separate piece, but it's there, okay, solidly in place. It doesn't look like it's gonna fall off or anything like that, okay? And the fantastic thing here is that the cape has a bandy wire inside, and that makes the thing articulated, okay? That means that you can pose the cape in any which way you want to, have it just sort of like flying in the wind together with Superman, have it just hold a particular position as your action figure is being displayed. And you know what? They should actually include this bandy wire thing in all of the superheroes that come with capes. Okay, Batman, all of the Batmans, okay, and not just for the premium collector's edition versions, but also for the standard regular ones. Come on. Now, the sculpting, the paint apps, and the wired cape, all this stuff is enough to make this one of the standout figures of the year. But what, in my opinion, makes this the best Christopher Reeve Superman action figure to ever hit commercial retail is everything else that they've included with the set, starting with the trading card. Now, this card here is really nice looking. It's printed on some high quality, glossy cardboard paper. It's got some foil enhancement effects. It's got a really great classic photo of Christopher Reeve as Superman. On the back here, you get a bit of a bio to go with it. And the whole thing about this card is that it has a really nice nostalgic feel to it. It's like one of those cards that you get together with a loaf of bread, okay, like back in the 80s and stuff like that. You buy a loaf of bread, and sometimes this stuff had a promotional tie-in. They'll put like something like trading cards inside. And this sort of reminds me of that. In addition to that, you also get the flight stand. Okay, now this is a pretty generic looking flight stand, clear flight stand with the DC logo at the base, and also a very nice ball jointed clamp for you to attach your Superman figure onto, for you to achieve all of those really dynamic flying poses. You can capture him in all of those poses and positions, and he looks fantastic. Now, the stand itself isn't really very sturdy. I think it's a bit wobbly at times, but somehow I've been able to balance Superman on it without it toppling over. Okay, and look, that's really all you need. Okay, a stand that holds your action figure in place without tumbling down, and I think that this thing really achieves the effect that you need. So the flight stand is in fact a very nice bonus addition to this set. And then you get hands. Okay, so many different hands for you to swap out. You have your Superman action figure assume various different hand gestures and poses. You've already seen the fist hands. Superman has to look like he's ready to throw a series of punches at any given moment. Okay, and then you also have these hands, the open palms that are positioned to look as though Superman is just swooping through the air. Again, a really great pose for you to be able to capture this figure in. You've got another set here where the right hand is pointing, okay, so pointing to something in the sky, maybe some kind of danger, like Brainiac's ship or something is arriving over the atmosphere. Okay, I don't know, right? But it looks cool. And then on the left hand, he's actually holding on to a crystal. Okay, this is nice, all right? A really nice looking translucent crystal. And in fact, I thought this was kryptonite at first, but it is taken from the scene in the movie, okay, in the original 1978 movie, where he actually uses the crystal, I think, to activate the Fortress of Solitude. Okay, so this is a scene-specific moment. Great that they added this thing in here as part of the set. And then you've got another set of hands here where the left palm is like partially open, okay, and the right hand is in fact open, like as though he's about to grip something, right? And then you've got another set here where both of his hands are opened up, like he's reaching out to grab something. Maybe it's Lex Luthor's neck, or maybe, he's in battle with the evil Superman, all right? And speaking of which, okay, this set also comes with surprise and alternate head. Now, this particular head wasn't really that clear. It wasn't really advertised that much in the first promotional photos, but it can be verified that this is in fact the alternate head of the evil Superman that we saw in Superman 3. And this is great because initially it seemed like you could only get this face sculpt if you picked up the chase variant of this Superman figure, which is in essence the evil Superman, all right? But this one seems like it's maybe a little bit hard to find because it is one of those annoying chase versions. However, okay, for those of you that can't land that figure, you have the option to get this face sculpt as well, together with the original Superman set. And I think that they've done a really great job here. You can see the two face sculpts here side by side. They are completely different. Even their front hair curls are completely different as well, right? Now, on the evil Superman, they even included the whitening of the hair on his sides there. I think that's a great touch. And of course, aside from his super serious expression, yeah, this is an expression that looks like he wants to just burn the whole universe. They even included his 5 o'clock shadow. Okay, you notice that, right? These are all iconic parts of his look from the movie. And I think in some ways, perhaps his sculpt here even looks a little bit better than the standard Christopher Reeve one. You gotta let me know in the comments. But either way, I think that a lot of you guys are really going to appreciate the fact that the team at McFarlane went the extra mile to include this alternate face expression together with this set. Guys, that's my review. That's my look at the McFarlane Toys Collector Edition Superman 1978 Christopher Reeve action figure. In my opinion, this is the best Christopher Reeve Superman set to ever hit retail. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch you guys again real soon. Take care out there.